The accompanying data was uncovered by Dr. Lawrence Dunegan, who was welcomed to go to a shut address by Dr. Richard Day in 1969. Dr. Day, a prominent doctor, was likewise depicted as an insider of the order, alluding to the request of the Barbarians, as those engaged with the first-class amass focused on the New World Order were known as at the time. He told a room of 80-90 specialists about the progressions they would witness in their lifetime because of the order, whereas we probably am aware it now, the globalist tip-top. Dr. Day expressed that he would be stuck in an unfortunate situation if the data he was letting them know was spilled to the overall population. So was it only a fortuitous event that Dr. Day kicked the bucket that year that Dr. Dunegan, one of the participants, started appropriating this data on sound tapes? Prior to its news reports, Dr. Lawrence Dunegan was welcomed to go to a talking occasion by Dr. Richard Day, chief of Arranged Parenthood, in 1969, in a room of around 90 experts. They were not permitted to have any chronicle gadgets in the room nor be permitted to take notes. What they didn't know was that Dr. Dunegan had close photographic memory, and Dr. Day's mesmerizing recommendation toward the finish of the occasion didn't appear to have any effect on Dr. Dunegan. When Dr. Dunegan arrived home, he recorded everything that he could recall. After 20 years, he took out his notes and made sound chronicles of them. Soon after Dr. Dunegan began scattering his sound tapes, Dr. Day passes away. Dr. Day said in the address that he would be stuck in an unfortunate situation if this data got out. In '87, when Drivesell turned out with the tape itemizing the whole NWO plan, Dr. Prison kicked the bucket. He kicked the bucket around the same time the tape turned out. Did they slaughter him? And now for halfway rundown of a portion of the things secured. We can cure 98% of all growths now, 1969. Yet those cures are at the Rockefeller Foundation, and they won't be discharged on the grounds that there are an excessive number of individuals on the planet and they need to kick the bucket of something. People will need to get used to change. Individuals should get used to change, so used to change, that they'll be expecting change. Nothing will be perpetual. Individuals are excessively trusting. Individuals don't ask the correct inquiries, the true and the communicated objectives. Everything has two purposes. One is the apparent reason which will make it adequate to individuals, and second, is the genuine reason which would promote the objectives of setting up the new framework and having it. He regularly expressed that, there is only no other way. There's simply no other way. Populace control. Approval to have babies. People won't be allowed to have babies essentially in light of the way that they have to, or in light of the way that they are careless. Expense-funded abortion as population control. In 1969, 4 years previously Roe v. Swim, he stated, fetus removal will never again be a wrongdoing. Fetus removal will be acknowledged as should be expected, and would be paid for by charges for individuals who couldn't pay for their own premature births. Empowering homosexuality. Sex, anything goes. Families to diminish in importance. Mixing all religions, the old religions will have to go. Changing the Bible through revisions of key words. Rebuilding education as a tool of indoctrination. Additional time in schools, but they wouldn't learn in it. Everything considered, from masses control, the consistent subsequent stage at that point was sex. He said sex must be separated from increase. Sex is exorbitantly pleasurable, and the desires are so strong, it isn't conceivable foresee that people will surrender it. To put chemicals in the nourishments that we eat and in the water supply to lessen the sex drive isn't useful. The strategy at that point would be not to diminish sex development, yet to increment sexual movement, anyway in such a path, to the point that people won't have kids. Contraception all around accessible to all. Contraceptives would be shown substantially more conspicuously in drug stores. Contraceptives would be promoted. Furthermore, contraceptives would be apportioned in the schools in relationship with sex training. Sex education as an instrument of world government. The objective of sex instruction was to get kids intrigued early, making the association amongst sex and the requirement for contraception from the get-go in their lives, even before they turned out to be extremely dynamic. The amassing of the new system, he said, undoubtedly would occur on an end of the week in the winter. Everything would shut down on Friday evening, and Monday morning, when everybody aroused, there would be an ad that the new system was set up. In the midst of the methodology in getting the United States arranged for these movements, everybody would be busier with less unwinding time and less opportunity to really look about and see what was occurring around them.